So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do then. There's this thing that's happening in music right now. Maybe some of you know, there's been a couple of articles about it actually, but in some of the big music magazines. But what it is, you go and you pay money to see a band play live, right? It looks like they're playing live.
All right.
It looks like they're singing, looks like they're playing, but they're not. They've got an iPod going or a laptop or something behind the drummer, right? And I think it's criminal is what I think. I think that, I ain't talking about pop bands. If it was pop bands, it'd be okay, all right? Who cares? I'm talking about rock and roll bands. I'm talking about country bands, blues bands, bands that some of you paid money to see, and it looked like they were playing live, and they weren't, all right? And what they say is, here's what they say. They say that they think that you all can't handle hearing live music anymore. You're so used to hearing cleaned up, computer-generated pop music that you can't handle hearing real live music, so they don't want to do it anymore. That's what they say. Boo is right. I think you can handle it, is what I think. I think they're just too chicken shit to play, is what I think. That's what I think. So what I want to do right now is address some. See, recently there's been a couple times where I've been accused of doing this, actually.
What? Oh my God!
And the first one happened. The first one to my face, anyway. It happened this summer on the Warped Tour. And you know, the Warped Tour is so much fun. It's like being on rock and roll summer camp. But one of the things about it is all the bands eat in the same place every day, right? Well, one day at lunch, we're eating with a bunch of people, and I get to complaining about this very thing because there were a couple bands on the Warped Tour that were guilty of this. All right.
Oh, no.
And yeah, no shit. And I won't name names. But I won't name names. So, but this fellow was sitting there listening to me, you know, kind of go on rant and rave, and then the next day he comes up to me, you know, and I can tell he's mad, you know. I'm like, what's this all about? He's doing this, you know, one of these things right in. He said, hey, he said, yesterday at lunch you were talking all that stuff about bands playing to tracks, playing to iPods, and you had this bass track going the whole time during your set. I said, man, there's no bass track, there's no effects, there's no loop pedals, it's just guitar plugged in the speaker. And he looked at me and he said, and I quote, he said, that's not humanly possible. That's what he said. I said, man, it is possible, it's just hard. And so I said, man, why don't you come tomorrow and watch a set from the side of the stage and see for yourself what's going on there. And to his credit, he did. He stood out there, it was like this whole set. Like one of these. When it was all said and done, he come up at me. I didn't know if he was going to sock me or what, you know. And he said, he put his hand out and he shook my hand. He said, I want to apologize. I just didn't think it was possible for anyone to play like that. What I want to do now is I want to show off a little bit, all right? Explain things in case there's some confusion out there as to what's going on. See, my thumb plays bass and my fingers pick out the lead. And in the very simplest form, it's like, you know, something like... That is simple elementary stuff. That's like beginner shit, all right? What I want to do is freak y'all out. I want to really send you home just with your minds blown. So what I think I'm going to do to start off with is I'm going to play Yankee Doodle and Dixie at the same time. All right? So Yankee Doodle will be on the low strings like this. It'll be like... And then Dixie will be up high. All right? Yankee Doodle, Dixie at the same time without the aid of iPods or laptops or other things like that. No pressure now, right? Let's up the ante a little bit. I want to do something I've never seen anybody do before ever. Just to kind of drive this point home a little bit. And what that is, I'm going to play Row Your Boat in a round with myself.
Right.
Row that boat! Thank you so much for letting me do that. Appreciate it. Now do me a favor, all right? If you ever see anybody, you catch them, pretend to be picking up air after you see someone do something like that, kick them in the throat for me, would you? Tell them it was for me. Tell them it was for me. I'll take the blame for it. Now I want to know, there was someone, I guess, that very strongly requested a song, an old song that